No screens, no stream. 10 objects that made the living room sing 1915 to 1930, from cards and tiles to tubes and dials. And number 1, it didn't just entertain, it scheduled the night. This is life 100 years ago. What did they do for fun at home? The 10 essential home entertainment objects of 1915 to 1930, ranked. We're going object first with period catalogs, print ads, product photos, record labels, and patent drawings. What people used, how it changed evenings at home, and what it became. Let's count down. Number 10. Standard playing cards. A single 52-card deck could carry a whole evening. Bridge clubs on weeknights, kitchen table poker, or whist after dishes. Cheap, portable, and welcome in city flats and farmhouses alike. Cards filled the social slot long before television. Mass media would compete for attention, but the deck never went obsolete. It stayed in the drawer, ready. Number 9. Mahjong tile set. Tile sets, often hand-carved from bone and bamboo, plus racks, scoring sticks, and rule booklets, turned living rooms into clubs during a national fad that began around 1920. The click of tiles and themed parties reflected a 1920s appetite for new social games and exotic novelties. While Bakelite is often associated with vintage sets, it became more common in the 1930s. The initial craze was built on imports. The fad cooled by the mid-decade, but the culture endured and the tiles became a visual shorthand for the era. Number 8. Sheet music and song folios. Families gathered at the upright piano and sang straight from colorful sheet music covers. Folios bundled bestsellers for budget homes. This was the last great wave of do-it-yourself parlor music before records and radio took over nightly listening. It also cemented the idea that a hit song was something you could buy and bring home. Number 7. Player piano and paper rolls. Foot pedals powered a pneumatic mechanism that read perforated rolls and drove the keys, turning anyone into an accompanist for rags, marches, and arias. It mechanized the parlor concert and brought star performances into houses without a skilled pianist. As radio and the electric phonograph spread, sales fell, but the roll catalogs and recorded by the artist branding foreshadowed modern media marketing. Number 6. 78 revolutions per minute shellac records. Heavy, brittle discs spun on wind-up machines. Labels like Victor and Columbia offered opera, comedy, and dance bands in paper sleeves you could file by artist. In 1925, electrical recording using the Weston electric system boosted clarity and bass without changing the disc's familiar look, refreshing home listening overnight. The 78 would dominate into the 1940s. Later, 45s and LPs refined the format, but the single album habit is born here. Number 5. Acoustic phonograph cabinet. A spring-wound motor and a horn hidden in a handsome cabinet turned records into room-filling sound, no electricity required. Owners swapped steel needles often, sometimes every side, and kept discs in album books, curating stacks like early playlists. Electric pickups and amplifiers took over by the late 1920s, but the music as furniture idea flowed into radio phonograph consoles. Number 4. Crystal radio kit with headphones. A galena crystal and a delicate cat whisker wire detected broadcasts without any power source, feeding faint voices to high impedance headphones. Listeners learned to probe for the sweet spot, part patience, part magic, and many heard their first station this way. Cheap and buildable at home, crystal sets launched countless tinkerers before amplified tube sets eclipsed them. Number 3. Radio batteries and eliminators. Early tube radios weren't plug-and-play. A 6-volt storage A battery for filaments, high-voltage B dry batteries for plates, and small C cells for bias, plus regular recharging or replacement. Households budgeted for power the way we budget for data plans today. Rectifier battery eliminators, like those using Raytheon's new tube, soon let homes with mains power ditch the costly B batteries, easing ownership until true AC sets arrived. Number 2. Radio loudspeakers. Clip-on horn speakers and soon cone speakers turned radio from private headphone listening into a shared living room experience. Sermons, news, and dance bands for everyone in earshot. Brands like RCA and Atwater Kent made standalone speakers a must-buy accessory, unlocking radio's social power. Built-in electrodynamic speakers became standard by the late 1920s, but the one household, one sound habit stuck. Number 1. AC-powered table or console radio. Plug it into the wall, twist the glowing dial, and evenings now ran on a schedule. News, variety hours, ball games, weather, without the battery chore. By 1929, sets moved into handsome cabinets with built-in speakers, anchoring the living room like a new hearth. Within a few years, super heterodyne circuits and network programming locked in the model. Every later medium, hi-fi, television, even today's hubs echoes this template. Why this order? Because the AC radio didn't just make sound, it organized time. It crowned the living room with scheduled, shared listening, the ancestor of must-see TV and new episode drops today. Loudspeakers rank second for turning radio from private to communal. Batteries and eliminators sit third to reveal the hidden labor and cost of early ownership, the part we forget when we say, just turn it on. Crystal sets mark the gateway moment for new listeners and young tinkerers. The phonograph cabinet and the 78 record capture the dominant pre-radio medium that kept playing alongside early broadcasting. Player pianos, sheet music, mahjong, and cards represent the social, do-it-yourself backbone of home fun that broadcast media didn't erase, just rearranged. What do these objects tell us? That home entertainment flipped in a single generation, from we make the music to we tune in together. The parlor piano and the player roll gave way to the glowing dial, but the goal stayed human, to share time, stories, and rhythm under one roof. A century later, the furniture changed and the stream comes by wire instead of air, yet the choreography is familiar. Invite, gather, press play. If you could borrow one for an evening, what would it be? The click of mahjong tiles, a foot-pumped rag on a player piano, or the first time your family hears a distant voice bloom from a 1928 console? Whatever you choose, the modern living room still echoes these 10 objects, built on cards and keys, tiles and tubes, and the simple promise of being together.